This is our family's island in the wilderness. Surrounded by forests and lakes as far as the eye can see. This is our cabin where we live. It's the middle of February, a winter storm is bearing down on us, and we're almost out of firewood. All of that, just got to get to the island today before the storm. Hey guys, so we're expecting a big snowstorm tomorrow. They're saying, well, tomorrow night going into Thursday, they're saying 20 to 40 centimeters. It's a lot of snow. I'm not sure in feet, but I'll put that down here. Maybe a foot and a bit. We are low on firewood like we told you last week. We collected some off the island, but in the meantime we've ordered in another 5 cords of cut and split hardwood. So that's out at the marina. We've hitched up the sleds behind the snowmobiles and we're going to head out there and start taking loads. No idea what we can get, maybe half a cord or maybe less in a sleigh, so every cord's going to take a couple of runs. So we got our work cut out for us over the next day and maybe day and a half. I'm also going to charge up the Ross Monster. One of the challenges we have being off grid is we have nowhere to shore plug it, and typically when you leave a vehicle for a long period of time you want to have it plugged into shore power so that it can maintain the batteries. But I'm going to take a generator out there and do it that way for now. We're heading out to the marina, about 4.5 kilometers or 2.5 miles down the lake. We'll pass through the Narrows, then cross another section of the lake to reach the pile of firewood on the mainland. The snow is deep and some areas are slushy, which will make it tough to drag heavy sleds loaded with firewood. Our plan is to stick to the same trail, widening it slightly as we go, to pack down a smooth, solid pathway between the island and the mainland. This should make towing the sleds easier and reduce wear and tear on the snow machines. So there she is. All of that, just got to get to the island today before the storm. I brought this generator out. Hopefully it's got some gas in it. Yeah. I'll just plug it into the shore power here and get this battery charged up again. Sure, but it should go.
I think my belt blew or it's really loose. It's been kind of making noise over the last few days, just from running like crazy, but I think with all the weight and everything,
These are heavy loads, like without the 850s.
2-inch paddles as well.
2-inch paddles, we would have been stuck.
100%. I went through that slush. It's just deep, like especially by Dan's Island there. There's deep slush, like basically as deep as my tunnel, like almost the depth of my old track, in just water and slush and a heavy load. So thankfully we have the 2-inch paddles. There's no way you could pull through that on a normal sled. So Pete blew a belt. We're
carrying much heavier loads than we expected. So we'll probably end up going with smaller loads and move them faster rather than a huge load where you're constantly sinking into the deep snow and slush. That phenomenon of slush is just a real problem. When you're just going for a snowmobile ride, it's no big deal. You can just gun it through and off you go. But we're trying to make a trail out to the marina, and there's 1, 2, 3 sections where you've got snow, water, and ice. Roughly all the same amount. So when you break through the snow, you're into water, and it becomes very difficult to pull the heavy sleds through it, and that's why the belt blew. Anyway, we're gonna offload my sled of wood right here, so it's nice and easily accessible for our fireplace, and then we'll do the rest in the woodshed. You put down these little 2x2 pieces of wood just to hold the wood off of the deck. It makes it easier to clean up when it's done. See all the water slush frozen on here.
This stuff's heavy.
Yeah. It's hard to reach.
Feels good to have look at new wood stacked up. We'll make it through the winter.
It's almost like if it's 4 feet tall, so about here by 8, it's a cord. So this wood. 7 and a bit, 7.5 by 3, so almost a half, just over half a cord per load. 10 loads. His idea was it to heat with firewood. We should get a diesel fuel stove like Dan has. Just brings out diesel cans, fills up. You get a normal household size tank, and then all summer you just throw one in every week, and you'll have heat for the whole winter. Huh? Oh, good. That's both sleds unloaded. A good full cord, maybe a little more. So 4 or 5 more loads. Just gotta wait for Pete to finish working on his belt over there, making some adjustments. And then we'll head across. Dan's picking up gas, so we're gonna need it. I'm just gonna go get another load, see if Dan's back. And the next one we'll bring here, load it in the woodshed. We're not wearing our helmets because we're going so slow with the trailer.
So I'm just getting some burritos ready for when the boys all come back from their load. Something super simple and easy so we can get all the work done.
Earned my tacos today. I'm just tossing it here on pile, and then Carol will start bringing it up to the house, and we'll help her out with that later. Right now it's just about getting as as many loads across the lake as we can. Plus Dan's back with the fuel, so he's waiting there. He's been waiting there for half an hour, so.
They're such big pieces compared to last time. Like, some of them we're gonna have to definitely split. Careful, Lando. Look at the slush under there. It's just crammed.
Pick up Dan and head back across the lake. Our strategy of sticking to the single trail seems to be working. The path is much smoother now. However, a few sections are still slushy and require extra effort to get through. As the sun sets and temperatures drop, we're hoping the slush will freeze overnight, leaving behind a solid trail for tomorrow.
Get a chart. Call a guy and then the exact same.
Some birch
Big
bark
ones
for you, man.
Nice. That feels good when you push the throttle even with a heavy load. Came back from getting fuel and Mother had made tacos, so I just decided to take it a step further and make them into chimichangas. I got 3 of them because I'm really hungry. The green aardvark?
Yeah, it should be in the top.
The Cholula. This is quite possibly the best sauce to ever exist for stuff like this.
Glass of water and then back at it. Right, Linda?
So Pete and Pete Jr. went back to get one more load and, well, 2 more loads. So I believe we've gotten 6 loads coming in from the sleds. So that's really nice. It feels good to have this wood in, and we also have a really big pine tree, like softwood, that we can cut up and have that as well. So that'll go probably all the way through the spring and then into next fall, which is brilliant. It just feels nice. But yeah, it's a beautiful sunset tonight, and I believe there's a big moon. Oh wow. Speaking of moon, let me try and show you guys. This isn't really the camera to do it, but hopefully Pete Jr., if you watch his channel, he can capture it for you guys. I'm not that good at capturing, but wow, that is beautiful. Let me just show you guys. It's just coming over the trees there. It is so quiet this evening. In between them picking up the loads of wood, it's just me and Lando here on the island, and it's just been absolute silence. Even the lake isn't making any noise. Pretty magical. So I don't know if you guys, well, you probably noticed in last week's video, just all those beautiful slow motion shots or up close shots, and it was so nice of Pete Jr. to help Pete and I film, and he's always trying to teach us little tricks with the camera, but pretty proud of him. He's really advancing himself and learning so much all the time with the camera work. That is really his passion, is filming, and so that was really nice of him. So thanks, Pete Jr., for doing that. And from all the comments, you guys really enjoyed that. But Pete and I will keep on practicing and getting better. But yeah, so hopefully they're back before too dark, and then the boys will be leaving pretty early in the morning and getting the sled, Pete's sled, on the trailer and heading out. It's about 2 hours or so from the cabin where this location is. And whoa, my goodness, the snow is so deep in spots on the lake. It goes up to your knees. It's crazy. I'm just trying to listen if I can hear them, but I can't. But wow, is it ever chilly today. But yeah, like we've been saying, there's a big, they're calling for 20 to 40 centimeters. So that's gonna be quite the snowfall, and on top of already what we have, which is crazy, but super cozy.
On our last run across the lake, we can see steam rising from the slushy areas as the cold night air begins to freeze the exposed water. Slush forms when the weight of the snow pushes down on the ice, forcing water up through the cracks and fissures. The snow on top acts as an insulator, trapping warmth and preventing the water from freezing, creating the slush effect.
stuff is big pieces.
Is what?
Really big pieces.
Some of them are, yeah.
Solid wood. Oh, frozen tundra out there.
The boys get off okay?
The boys got off okay, got the machine loaded. Hey, Lando, what do you have? Let me see. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, they're able to load the sled, get it tied down properly, and they're on their way. I brought home a load of fuel, and they're gonna warm up and get something to eat for breakfast.
So Pete is just running Lando really fast, and then I'm gonna jump on with him and get the last 3 loads of firewood. The boys are gone looking at that property right now, so that's pretty exciting for them. But yeah, it was really cold this morning, but now it's starting to warm up. I believe right now it's only -14, so sunny. And we're enjoying this before that snowstorm that's supposed to hit around 7 o'clock tonight. So hopefully the boys are home by then, all safe and sound. And can't wait to hear their stories. So remember to check out them and their videos, The Adventure Guys with Pete and Daniel Van Strelen. So, and Caroline just put out another short, and we were sending her, she's been working with Peter Sr. and collecting a lot of footage so that she can finally upload her first real YouTube video, Matt and Caroline. So check them out as well. And thanks everyone for all your support and all your care for our family. And it's been really fun having you guys on this journey with all of us. So here's my ride. I better go. Did you have fun, little guy? Come here, Lynn. Say hi to everyone. Did you have fun? Yeah, you love it. All right, come on, let's go in.
As Carol and I head across the lake to pick up the last couple of loads of firewood, the trail is hard packed. After a cold night in the -20s, most of the slushy areas from yesterday have frozen over. We slow down to navigate the frozen ridges, but the trail is solid, allowing us to ride on top without sinking into the deep slush.
So now we're just bringing our last load of wood, and then we'll get some more propane and we'll be ready for whatever tonight brings us. Good feeling.
As soon as we got back to the cabin and connected to Wi-Fi, the boys called to let us know they were heading home and to share their experience viewing some remote properties.
Through the corner of the property.
Oh, cool.
But there's a trail that leads up this escarpment that the cabin's edged up on.
Okay.
And it's beautiful. And then from what it looks like, he's going to double check with the owner, but we drove in on this little trail that follows the top of the ridge. And there's a platform built up there with some chairs by it and a whole trail that led across the escarpment.
Look forward to seeing.
Oh, tell him we left a trailer there for him.
We left the black trailer out there for you to haul back groceries or whatever.
Oh, nice.
Just
All right.
keep an eye on the weather and get home as soon as you can.
Yep, will do.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
So Pete and I are just filling all the waters. Got a lot of firewood going. And we finished and tarped the wood there and in the woodshed. So Pete's just bringing up the remainder of the water. Should be good. Good morning. We got so much snow last night and yesterday. It's just huge amount. I don't even know how much. Over 20 centimeters for sure. But my eyes are just watering because the reflection of the white snow everywhere is so bright. But we're gonna be taking our snowshoes on the trail because it's just so deep today, and taking Lando for a walk. Much easier with these boots. Yeah. Putting these on. He's so excited for the powder.
It's covered.
That is so deep.
We've got everything restocked up again. There's a lot of work getting a whole new load of wood on the island. The first year we did this, we used about 8 cords. We've already used 5. It's been a colder than normal winter, but it's been wonderful. You know, if you're gonna have a winter, you might as well have a winter. You know, this is what I would call an old-fashioned winter, the way I remember as a kid. Back-to-back snowstorms and mounds of snow piled high and beautiful, crisp, cold air. So it's been wonderful. We've all been having a great time, and it's really it's the middle of February. We really have a month and a half left max. We've been looking at the weather forecast, and by mid-March things start warming up. So in celebration of not the end of the winter, but the beginning of the end, I guess you could call it, we shoveled out this little area because this is our favorite place to sit in the summer and make food, and in the spring to do, you know, maple syrup and cook meals outdoors. Up till now it's been too cold, but it's already starting to feel, even though it's snowing and blizzarding in the background, it's only -5 or -3 or something, so that's pretty pleasant. So you can probably hear in my voice, I've been taking a nasal spray twice a day, and it's really helped a lot. Whereas I used to be plugged right up with sinuses, I'm not having that problem anymore. It's not 100%, but it's certainly a lot better. And you can sleep better at night. I'm not doing that terrible snoring. So thumbs up on that. Let's hope that keeps going. And if the nasal spray alone can fix things, that's a big relief. Then I don't have to worry about the surgery and all that stuff. So thanks for all your well wishes and all your dozens and dozens of suggestions, and doctors that you know, and people that have gone through something similar or even worse, and your experiences. It's all been very helpful for us. We read every single comment, and we try to get back to as many as we can. We can't always answer all the comments, but we definitely read them all, and we screenshot them, flag them, so that we get all that wonderful information that you've been giving us. So just update on how things are going. You saw how busy we were this week. I've been trying to sit down and write a book that I've been dreaming of for a long time. My second book. The first one I wrote way back in 2013, and it was just talking about our business and our core values and how we went from a borrowed lawnmower to a multinational, multi-million-dollar franchise system, and some of the tips and tricks and ideas that helped us expand. But that book didn't even get to the point where we sold our business or anything. And so this book I'm writing now is more what's happened since then, including all the lessons we've learned in our travels together as a family. And so I always say, man, I'll do it in the winter when we have lots of time. And we'll just sit in the cabin and get a cup of coffee and just sit there and write. But as you've seen, it is living off grid. It's a pretty busy, hard-working lifestyle. So I haven't had too much time, but I do have about 8,000 words down, and I've got a ways to go. So I've been working on that, so stay tuned. I'll kind of keep you in the loop as that goes. And then Carol and I have been sitting, doing some planning for our next epic family road trip. And where are we going?
Well, as you guys know, last year we were going to go to Alaska,
Right.
but then we had to cut that off because of Caroline's wedding, which we were really excited about. But we did get to do coast to coast with a big Canadian trip, and that was like a real bucket list that we could check off. But now we're kind of, thinking about this year and where we would like to go and explore. Do we want to go back to Alaska? And what are your thoughts on that? Or we are thinking of going to Iceland. So you guys let us know where you would like to see us. And then there's another thing that we're kind of thinking about is we've always dreamed, or Peter has been his big dream and ours, but he came up with it about 8 years ago, to buy a little piece of property, like an off-grid property in Arizona. So we have 3 things that we want to go and explore, and what we can do in this next year. I mean, that's just, I guess we'll know in the days ahead. But let us know your thoughts on where you would like to see us go.
Both Alaska and Iceland have been bucket list items for a long time. We did do Alaska way back when, in our first year of travels with the kids, but we barely scratched the surface. Spent about a month there, but there's so much more. But we have never been to Iceland. I mean, I've stopped in Reykjavik on at the airport, but I've never been, neither of us have been able to explore Iceland. The kids stayed with X Overland and got to experience it quite extensively, and they're saying they can't help us. They're like, both places are epic. They've been to both. So maybe you can help us decide. I'm leaning towards Iceland because we have spent the last, 5 years on the continent, and it would be fun to get overseas for a while, I think. And Iceland is so cool, and we know some people there now that we've been staying in touch with, that the kids met when they were over there. So,
And possibly going to the Faroe Islands.
well, if we do Iceland, then we would take the ferry to the Faroes and then across to Scandinavia. So I don't know. Well, let us know what you think. In any case, it's all very exciting for us, and we have, like Carol said, so many plans and never a dull moment. You think maybe this year will be, kind of easy going, but no such thing around here. So, and that's what keeps us young and keeps us enjoying life. And I hope you've been enjoying the videos. We're going to keep them coming. We get so much good feedback from you, and we thank all of you, especially folks that have been watching us for the last almost 9 years. Well, we didn't start publishing until 3 years into our trip. So, the last 7 years you've watched the kids grow up, and now you're watching their channels as they are carving their own way in the world. It's fun for us as parents to see them finding their way, and we thank you for supporting them as well by watching their videos and giving feedback and comments and likes and all that stuff. So thanks once again, and we appreciate all of you. I hope you have a wonderful weekend.